My name is Rashida Habeliwala. I am doing I'm teaching world history. I wanted to do this! And one of the major projects that we are doing in class at this time is a mirror project.
Once they get into the frames, they're getting off the ground and we're putting them up along the walls.
The mirror that is supposed to represent the reflections of society and how the global society looks at the American society and how the American society sees itself.
Society has individual parts, but it comes together to make America. And I left the inside cut out because I'm a part of it.
From there, what we did is we got the kids here on a Saturday and plastered them up and made molds of their face to make masks so they could actually create their identity visually inside and out.
We're having a student take the mask off.
So what the students had to do was they had to design their board. So they had to first tell me what did they want their board to look like, what were the different components, and they had to decide whether or not they were going to do history component 1, which was to do political thought.
People might say that we have more rights, and basically that means we have wars in our country.
And pick a philosopher, find 5 quotes, and implement them into the theme of reflections of society.
Having knowledge but lacking the power to express it clearly is no better than never having any ideas at all.
Or they could have chosen to figure out 5 traits of American society and how they're perceived by the global society versus how they're perceived by the American society.
It's supposed to represent all the stereotypes on things that are black and white, there's some shades of gray, and how they don't see the colorful and like diversity. And this side is it's supposed to be powerful and supposed to show the diversity and individuality of America.
No, she did the same exact drawing, the same exact design, but she made it black and white because she felt that the foreign society actually, or the global society actually sees things in black and white and very little gray in terms of how things are either positive or negative. It's never in the middle really about their perception of the U.S. And so it's very similar images. Really, I thought that was a very, very unique perception of how to do this project.
We're supposed to have masks. Really? Yeah. What happened? Sean, it's amazing. Another option, and kind of has been working the best for most projects, is suspended by 3 or more. So then when you get it in there, it actually stays pretty steady. Okay, you don't really need 4 pieces of wire. 3 should be sufficient. But when you get it in there, it'll hold it in place. Here at LVCP, I try to make sure that my students are able to access their knowledge and exhibit their knowledge and what they've learned.
My idea was to do like America in the day and America in the night.
Through a multitude of venues, one of those being through their writing, obviously, in an English class. 2 through technology. And 3 through an artistic component.
Like right there? Yeah.
Each way is giving them an opportunity to exhibit what they've learned, talk about what they've learned, and exhibit the process in which they've learned it. The presentation here is going to be much more conversational. What that means is that we're going to be active participants in the presentation. We're going to give feedback. Hey, that looks amazing. Hey, I think that it might have been a good idea to spend a little bit more time on this. Things like that. At the end, culminating all of those into a reflection and a presentation in which all 3 are exhibited and discussed and shared with peers.
No one actually remembers their own bird, but most do know lots about it. I was born in Nashville, New Hampshire on May 24th, 1996, around 1:57 a.m.
Basically, I did my PowerPoint first over this. I had Harley Davidson thing that's for American Independence.
Me hacía falta por tenerlo como una familia.
And yeah, it's also that family. That's what we want most.
La segunda memoria es la muerte de mis 2 abuelas.
And the second memory is when his 2 grandmas died.
I was really, really impressed. They came up with this idea to do a puzzle. We wanted to explain how diverse our society was.
This side of the board is how others view us. I have The quotes from my report are
by metaphorically making it a puzzle, and within each puzzle piece he picked quotes and implemented those quotes.
I'd have to say my favorite quote on the whole board is this one right here. The more we sweat in peace, the less we bleed in war.
So he's yet to present though. He's going to present tomorrow on his presentation, and we'll see how that goes. And this mask is already implemented, and pretty phenomenal stuff with him. I'm pretty impressed with that.
The concept with the masks was for the kids to have an opportunity to, one, examine themselves and examine how those around them see them. So the outside of the mask is to be either a symbolic representation or a true representation of the way they feel that they are perceived by the people around them, their society, their peers, people's first impressions. The inside, which is often something that's harder to understand and harder to look at as an individual, is they're expressing who they really are and the way that they want to be seen by the world.
And it took 2 full bottles of Elmer's glue and a lot of words. And I don't know, I'm happy with it. It's cool that I can shape my own hand.